Mic check 1 2 1 2. Try to get everything ready before the show starts. Damn. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Check 1 2 2 3 4 5. Mic check 1 2 1 2. All right, how's everyone doing? This is your homeboy XtremeTony welcoming everyone to this Friday night live stream for XGWL Live. So you see here, opening contest, Sergeant Concluder local. About to take on Mysterium. Yes, proudly served this country in the Air Force IRL. Yep, my brother. Yes, Sergeant Imperial is based off my actual brother. So, and here comes this guy here, Mutual. Matchup here. Look at how Mitchell is starting things off here. Oh, big counter. If you guys are watching, don't be shy. Drop a line and say hi. Be part of the chat. I say that's quite online. We're still at 466 subscribers with the 5 minutes 40. Pretty nice drop kick by Sergeant after the local cover now. Look at a sharpshooter. Nice springboard crossbody covering out. 2. Damn, the Chargers are doing well for picking up the winner of opening contest. Oh, I made a gap thing that was supposed to be. That's Mysterio. Oh, hold on. Alright, let's see. Tag team match. Hustle and Balance versus Moonlight and Alex Blackwell. Hustle and Balance. Kira Lee and Jordan Michaels. I know there's a lot of people that are already gotten WWE2k24, so I know I'm still on 2k24. So one thing, like, not everyone got 2k25, and I couldn't create everyone. Because one thing, like, the pressure of trying to buy the game every year, I mean, it can get burdensome because I didn't plan on skipping 2K25, but last September, like, the price drop was just too good to not ignore. It was like giving me an offer I couldn't refuse. As you see here, the XGWL Lady Pro Champion Moonlight and Alice Blackwell. Moonlight is also former XGWL Women's World Champion, and these two have also held the XGWL Women's Tag Team Champions. Sherman, welcome. And look at this. Head scissors takedown. The one thing is that last night, the Blackwell dynasty, Chris Blackwell Jr. and then Eric Blackwell III. Oh, 2 count. Made their debut in last night's episode of WCDL Battle Zone. And one thing I mentioned on the Discord that from this moment forward, I'm going to put a schedule every month for WCDL, for the Thursday live streams for WCDL, where I want to have, it's going to be a format of like a bi-weekly. Ooh, nice. Thank you for that. And one thing is that, yeah, and out of cover one, because with so many wrestling dynasties in CAW, I know it hasn't been explored until recently with because the catalyst for that honestly was Apophis with first him creating WFA to date back to like the 80s, and then I follow suit with Southern California CEW. That in the timeline was 1 year after the creation of WFA, and then Elegant Championship Wrestling came about like 2 years later in the timeline. With a timeline of Southern California going from 87 to 2006, like right with the end of Southern California CEW, and then marking the begin, and of course the 1 year gap where my actual start in CEW, going with WWA to TWF, which led to XGWL. Yeah, that was done in 10. So the final year of Southern California CEW was intentional to end in 2006. And of course left some room to retcon a few backstories. Because as far as like the next generation of CEW talent, like Rihanna Loco, Xeon, and Marcus Nick Mary, and I'm guessing Eric Blackwell III, and now look at this Irish Whip by Alice Blackwell. Let's see. Ooh, one thing is, we definitely have to, because I know I have to write it down on paper. Now look at this. Ooh, nice Canadian Destroyer by Alice Blackwell. And now making the tag to Moonlight. And a springboard moonsault, and try to keep the momentum going. And a cheap shot by Jordan Michaels. But I know that not everyone's on board with it, because a certain someone that used to be part of the community kind of gave someone we know a sour taste in next generation CW characters, but he has every reason to have that sour taste because of someone that we used to know, as in who shall not be named. And now look at this, Kira Lee. Oh, nice discus swarm shot. by Kira Lee. But given how long I've waited, yes, absolutely. And it's an unhealthy one, and I just had to wait for the right time to. It took, and I was very specific on the timeline that Brianna Loca was born in December 2004, and she made her debut in 2022. But one thing I never really explored is the relationships between some of my own CW characters. Covering that 1, 2, oh, 2 count. And now the tag to Alice Blackwell. And now look at this. Oh, look at that. Nice bulldog by Moonlight. Oh, damn. See, this is why Alice Blackwell is such an exciting CW character to watch. I don't know, because, well, I know I haven't solidified anything about any of my other original CWs. The only thing I can think of is like, oh, that maybe Brendan Thomas and Jade Kim used to date, or something like that, and which makes sense in a way, but again, I never really explored that option. Hold on. I cannot. Let's see if I can. Oh, one input control too late. It was like, I was trying to see the match from Vita cannot win, but that input was too little too late on my end. It happens. I didn't react quick enough. But one thing is, I do have a couple of ideas with some of my CWs, or some of my CWs that I've adopted, that the original creator isn't around anymore, and since they've been in XGWL for so long, definitely need to check that out. Man, I wish some people were. I know, and also I need to start sharing the links on all the Discord servers. Let's see, next match, because I know in the opening match, I meant to have Mysterium face off against Sergeant Arturo, when I put Nichulum. Alright, let's get the next match going, triple threat match. See, I'm gonna have Bad Attitude Barnett versus Ryan Justice versus Brandon Thomas. And yeah, so, and also I do wish for Nathan Brisbane luck on his future endeavors. And also keep in mind that Brandon Thomas is now in the heavyweight division, where for many years I've had him hover around 190 pounds. And here comes the XGWL United States Champion, Bad Attitude Barnett, created by JC. And then Brandon Thomas went from, like in the past year, he went up to 200 even, and then earlier this year, or rather late last year, moved up in weight again to 212 pounds. But that's what you gotta do to be taken serious. Like you want to take on the big competition. You have to up that weight to absorb a lot of that punishment. Because there's a reason why very few cruiserweights win the world heavyweight title. And here comes this bad mojo from Cedar Rapids, Iowa, when I first created him in 2016 with my CEW Renaissance. Ryan Justice, 6'8", 280 pounds, as Chris Gary would dub him, the corn-fed Colossus. And with Nathan Brisbane being future endeavored, let's see how well he does back in the singles division. Maybe go after the United States title. I'm pretty sure he might have a beef with someone who currently holds the XGWL professional title, a certain playmaker that we know very well, as in my virtual counterpart. And here comes formerly Hotlanda's finest Crucero, now dubbed Hotlanda's finest showman, 5'11", now weighing at 212 pounds. Has definitely lost a step since upping his weight, but he's making up for it with still being a bit flashy, still trying to get a strong reaction from the crowd. Because that's the one thing that people miss, that don't get, is like you're there to elicit a strong response one way or another. And Brandon Thomas has always got a response. As we get this match underway, and Ryan Justice just steps aside and taking his time. Be more opportunistic. One thing that in the past week or so, there was an issue with someone that were a bit idiotic, let's say, and some of the lamest trolls in the history of ever, bro. And look at that clothesline by Brandon Thomas. Trying to take advantage of his added weight. But Ryan Justice is still the largest man in this match. Ooh, goddamn. Nice springboard crossbody. Definitely not afraid of still going with the high flying maneuvers. Cover now. One. And only one. And now. Ooh, nice side rush to the leg sweep. And now look at this. Follows it up with some punches. One thing in 2K25, there's definitely some added body types that reflect the added weight from Brandon Thomas. But one thing is, like, I go to the gym 5 days a week still. Like, the past couple of weeks, I've been going to Monday through Friday. Trying to go for a candlestick attack, but didn't work. And now look at this. There's a club to the chest. And now, we're trying to go for his corkscrew forearm shot, but it didn't phase Ryan Justice that much. And now the corn-fed Colossus rolling out of the ring, and now Brandon Thomas, a snapmare and a kick to the back of Bad Barnett. This is that steel chair shot. And now look at this, try to go for the hot landed drop. I honestly should give Brandon Thomas a new finish. I think I may have. Oh, damn. Going ballistic with that chair shot to Ryan Justice. Nice snap suplex. It's like indecisive of what to do next. This finally decides to pin Ryan Justice, but only gets one. That indecisiveness may have cost him. Counter, and like there's no room to breathe here. And now look at this. Oh, wow. God damn. That full Nelson slam cover 1, 2. And that's it. And Ryan Justice getting the win. Being very opportunistic here. Unfortunately, no. Alright, so let's get the next match going. So we're going to go live from Blacklist CEW. But discipline, unforgiving, have you backing up in the defensive position. Ass kicking anthem. And you fight join. Missing the point. You dominate confident. Often does no nonsense. The theme song hit. Get your reinforcements. Yeah, I know. Famous. And still kick it in your anus. As you see, making it way away here. I swear, having one of the worst promos ever is here's first, and I'm Canadian. How to jumpers on the road. One thing, like, his promos are so boring. Like, it's like if you're having trouble falling asleep, you might want to listen to his promo that I shared with A1. The homeboy is like very dull, kind of look ferocious with a wolf on the back of his Letterman's jacket. And yes, I still have my Letterman's jacket from high school. I haven't worn it in a long time, but one thing I'm definitely going to start putting together for Tammy the next episode of her Dancing with Wrestling podcast. It's a good 6 to 8 minute listen, covering like a tiny little bit of CEW news and pertaining to what she has going on, and a story from way back when. And now here comes Mr. 100% Violence, the man of pure athletic strength and skill, Jamari Mito. And he's about to teach this man a lesson for trying to be all serious. Because when the bell sounds, he's all business. It's been months since I turned on my computer. So turn my computer starts working again. As the hype is real. clothesline from Pierce Perch. Cover now. Only 1 count. By Curly Rambo. And now taunting Jamari Neal with that sledgehammer thing. Again, if you're watching, don't be shy. Drop a line, say hi. Yeah, so glad you can drop in Chris Gary. I know it's been a while. Piss Punch. People's teammate Tommy Kazarian. That's a good one. Okay, good. Dropping the trash can. So right now, Jamari Neal. Doing a good job of going after the arm of this so-called Canadian hero. To say he should get shots only because he's Canadian. Holy shit, damn. Oh, kick out by Jamari Neal. One thing though is that, oh, don't I wish that Jamari Neal was beating up on someone else like a certain bro. And now look at this nice clothesline by Jamari Neal. And a big old knee. And now Bulldog. Yep, absolutely. Canadian zero. It feels like, because at this point I'm being a dead horse as far as his promo skills are concerned. Because one thing is not just putting matches together, like, can you develop a character? Can you talk? And apparently, Pierce Perch cannot. And now look at this armbar, Juju Tatami, with that MMA background. Because one thing is that Pierce Perch definitely has a chip on his shoulder after being ridiculed for his lack of promo skills. And now the cover. And Jamari Neal refusing to lay down for the 3 count. I think man, you really have that much confidence in Porker the Hog? Because one thing is that we've treated Porker the Hog a bit of a joke. That butterfly lung blower. And now the cover. And Jamari Neal still kicking out. Come on, Jamari Neal. Oh, look at that. Hurricane Harvey boot. Cover. 1, 2. And that's it. Jamari Mio gets the win. Well, I know Jamari Mio's good. Definitely, today is a good day. I'm still trying to share the links on the Discord servers. Okay, so let's go back. It should be an interesting matchup between these two. El Noveto going one-on-one with Sherman Sampson. Okay, awesome. Thinking of introducing championships, probably later in the timeline for Southern California CEW. Definitely have to introduce a mid-card title. We started small with only 3 championships: the world title, the tag titles, and then the women's title. Who assumes nothing and regrets less. One thing is that we have a lot of great wrestling heroes growing up, and for a lot of us who have created CW characters, a lot of that is okay, gotcha. Okay. Yes, I remember when there used to be a 10-minute time limit on older YouTube videos, except for those that had a director account back in the day. And then they increased it to 15 minutes and then unlimited. Especially for live, because one thing is, if anyone that's created YouTube shorts, like you have the option of having a 30-second short or a 3-minute one. I tend to go with the 3-minute one. And one type of videos I haven't done in a long time is a quick movie review, like I tend to do after watching the movie. Because honestly, that's like one of the best times to do a movie review, like right immediately after watching it, because honestly, that's the last time I went out on a date too. That's when I went to see Heart Eyes last year. Not my type of movie, but just like how I mentioned that last year. But yeah. So when I went to the gym today, I doubled up. I worked, worked out, double up on arms. Because one thing that, cause I go to the gym 5 days a week, and the things I do at the gym is enough. If I were to do them just once, that's enough time for me to go to the gym 4 days a week. But that 5th day I go to the gym, it's like I picked something to double up on, like doing 2 days a week of arms. And for this week, maybe next week I'll double up on legs or double up on chest and back. See it. Oh, nice hurricane by Sherman Sampson. Cover 1, 2. Oh, 2 count. Look at this, Sherman Sampson. Because I've called Sherman Sampson pound for pound the toughest in CEW, but given his frame or lack thereof, I mean, those taking punishment from much larger opponents have taken a toll on his body. That 5'8", 180-pound frame of Sherman Sampson went up against the likes of Ringmaster, Exotikai, giants in CEW. Oh, or even like the like of Thanos in CCL. I don't think. Or facing off against his former tag team partners, Slash the King of Hurt. After Slash turned on Sherman Sampson. Now, oh, what a DDT there. We're having a lot of big emotional matches, like one up against XtremeTony in 2018, that Moment of Truth. It's definitely a great personal feud where originally Sherman Sampson was to face off against the Great Deep, but then the man disappeared from CEW. Oh, Summer Sampson connects. Cover 1, 2. Now look at this. Oh, what a maneuver with that tilt-a-roll backstabber by Sherman Sampson, just wasting no time, just punched away. I think this may be because I don't think Sherman Sampson and El Noveno have squared off against each other. Let's see. Corkscrew moonsault, and now going for the cover. 1, 2. Oh. That's definitely a certified 2.99%. And now El Noveno connects with that hurricane. Oh! And follows it up with a suicide dive. Not letting Sherman a chance to breathe. And now that face buster. Some would call it an X Factor. Oh, going face first in the ring post. And one thing is, El Noveno has really focused on the head area of Sherman Sampson throughout this entire match. And now starting to branch out and taking apart the leg now. As we bring the action back in the ring. Sherman Sampson kind of regain momentum. And now one to climbing the top turnbuckle. Oh, shooting star press to the back of El Noveno. Now shoots the half and goes for the cover. 1, 2. And Sherman Sampson gets the win. I think they definitely got to give credit where it's due here. Sherman Sampson picking up the win against Oliveno. So let's get the next match going. As we're going to have the Wasteland Warriors going one-on-one against the XGWL Tag Team Champions in a non-title match. Wildside and Rekka. Let's see there. Bradley's like. Wasteland Warriors versus the team of Jacob Gutierrez and Estrella Azul. Two different styles here. One is a more hard-hitting team versus the High Flyers. That lucha libre style of La Estrella Azul. And the American high-flying style of Jacob Gutierrez. Because one thing is like the last team that was a team this exciting to see in the tag team division with this amount of high flying ability as Jacob Gutierrez and Estrella Azul was Team 619 many years ago. And the Wasteland Warriors of dominant, hard-hitting team. As you see there, the XGWL Tag Team Champions. So it's definitely going to be a clash of styles. And I'm definitely looking forward to this match. And as La Estrella Azul starting things off against Rekka. And the Wasteland Warriors is a team of CW characters created by JC. And if you guys haven't had a chance to check out some of the things he does outside of CWs, it's pretty interesting. Doing musical performances. And it looks like he does have a good time outside of CAW. And now look at this. And he's just punching away at La Estrella. So I think, damn, busted it open so early in the match. Damn. Look at that Dragon Screw takedown. Coming from Guadalajara, Jalisco, Mexico. And now the tag to Jacob Gutierrez. And now look at this. What you would expect from this Lucha Libre tag team. A springboard back elbow. Heel kick. Now look at this. Oh, not there. Only heavy strike on Wild side. The heavier of the two from the Wasteland Warrior. Well, only gets a 1 count. And now the tag. Wesley Azul. Nice drop kick. Good job by Wildside protecting his tag team partner. Now look at this great guys by Wildside. And just tossing Wesley Azul up and over. Look at this. Oh! That's going to need to show them. I'm already so deep into the live stream already. I'm already at the semi-main event. I still have places to share the link on. Show's moving fast. I'm moving slow. I can't believe that it's 4 years already gone. Nice Falcon Arrow by Jacob Gutierrez. Was it a bitch knuckle grabber? The only difference is the setup between the two moves. Where the Falcon Arrow is more like a suplex setup, and the Michinoku driver is like a scoop slam setup. It's like they're so similar, but the setup is what makes it just the difference between the two. Just like how there's like a million variations of suplexes, power bombs, and heel throws, and what happened or whatnot, covered out, only one cover, a million different high-flying maneuvers. I mean, you can even look these up on Wikipedia, and we'll see like the list of different moves, like slams and suplexes and power bombs. And look at that! Oh, damn! Look at that! That's how you have exciting action in CW. The high flying ability of Wesley Azul And now look at how he follows things up. So this shows that you don't need to have weapons matches every time to have an exciting match. As referee Juan Lopez is up to now an 8 count. Like, get back in the ring. It's like, what are you doing? Look at this. Damn. Whew. Super Air Raid Siren. One down, 2 now. No one wants to go with his arm. Everything we do comes back to the wrestling from the one to his and someone will always be someone will always be younger, but they will never be focused on yourself. Life goes on with or without friends, with or without friends. Cover now. And now look at this, even the local illegal wrestling. So it will always be successful. You have to make sure that being accessible to Bobby is at all. Don't believe in luck. Just like that with Estrella Azul, that he's going after the leg of Lacta. And that's what he has to do, to scrap the underdog. See, this one never number 2 for exceptional attention. Wasn't doing 3 down there. Some lucky one had the win. Let's keep this going. How kind you are, how caring you are, how loving you are. It just is amazing. And now the tag Jacob Gutierrez. Give material for the giving attention and effort and honesty is priceless. So stop comparing your champ to the one with coming with this chapter 10. Also, better to be a wolf everyone hates than a donkey that everyone loves. Real estate. Let's see, who's popped up in the chat? Oh, Max Wrestling, glad you could drop in. Hi, and as I'm reading off these things, visionary beliefs, successful obviously goes to those delusional enough to believe in it before it happens. Much like how the tag team champions overcame much larger opponents. And then a person becomes 10 times attractive not by their looks, but by their acts of kindness, love, respect, honesty, and loyalty they show. The paradox protocol of authenticity. Real is rare and fake is everywhere. The one thing you need to do, 99% was global. Yeah, I see this a lot. Alright, so let's go to the next match. Because as we go to our main event. Mixed tag team match, which is something I don't do that often. Definitely an old rivalry renewed. Because one thing is that, because with Mercedes and Tammy, they've teamed up over in another league, CCL. And then when Mercedes had an opportunity to challenge Tammy for her XGWL Women's World title, damn, it was like she turned on Tammy so quickly and just joining what everyone else has said about Tammy from certain commentators, from certain group of dividers. Like a certain people's champion with a petty meter, which is honestly a 25 on the petty meter, by the way. Because almost seems like like bitterness, if you ask me. So one thing that there's a few lessons I've learned in life. Like one, when you say about other people, it says more about you than the subject matter you're talking about. And you see there, JC Wolf and Mercedes, and XtremeTony and JC Wolf have had some great rivalries. I know Tammy had to squat down a lot because, given that Tammy is taller than XtremeTony. I mean, tell me, given how I created Tammy, like, I don't say this a lot, like, oh, Tammy's like my dream woman, dream girl, and everything like that. The husband and wife team. Of these two. Because you get on the other side, we have the boyfriend and girlfriend team of JC Wolf and Mercedes, but here you have the husband and wife team of the Playmaker and the Queen Bee. As the ladies start things off here. I mean, Tammy's more of a striker with those kicks and those long legs. And now look at this, and of course showing off that flexibility of hers. And another opportunity with that cheerleader leg drop coming out. 1, 2. But I know this is some things on X and CW by the name of Atia Graham that can also do the splits and everything, but hey, no one does it better than like Tammy does. And because look at the size difference between these two. Look at this! Oh my god! Tammy's an imposing 6'2", 168 pounds. And given that she's up her weight to starting out in 2006 to like a 131 pounds and really just adding weight throughout the years to adding a little muscle here and there to go up against tougher opponents. And no one tougher against Tammy than one of Carmen Cortez. And now look at this. And look at this, Tammy with that truck salt. And now it's covered now. 1, 2. Tammy a bit frustrated here. Like, she has to maintain her composure because she is a 20-year veteran. Oh! with the Clean Fury. And Mercedes, they're miraculously kicked out of that, and now the Playmaker getting tagged in. And what the hell? Look at this. A bell lock by a certain like JC Wolf. And now look at this, the Playmaker showing that technical prowess. Given that a lot of my favorite wrestlers growing up, like Bret Hart, Stone Cold, The Rock. I even have a shirt with all three that says "Bring the F, get the F back." Having the technical wizard mastery of Bret Hart, the charisma and talking ability of The Rock, and having that stone cold attitude, which what makes the Playmaker. Let's see, you may have to remind me of who's Neil. And now look at this, the Playmaker showing out a bit with that leg drop. As the Playmaker assessing the situation of what to do next. Try to go for the Charger suplex, but JC Wolf counters. And one thing, even though JC Wolf and XtremeTony are just similar in size, the Playmaker does have 20 pounds, or at least my virtual counterpart does. Yeah, because even though you're hearing the real me talking, and that's my virtual self in CAW, and I'm about to execute the Padre Popper, and that's gotta be a cover and the save by Mercedes. And now the Playmaker about to continuously work on the arm. Okay, I'll definitely have to look that up. Sand Eagle Stretch version 2.0. Okay, I'll definitely have to look that up. And there's a glory kick by JC Wolf, and there's definitely two different styles here between the Playmaker and JC. Because one thing is that JC Wolf has that British UK strong style, more strike heavy, whereas the Playmaker is more of a technician. And now look at this. Oh, the lightning bolt. As a friend would say, it's super effective. And now here's something that's going to be super effective. Sharpshooter. And JC Wolf powers out of it. Playmaker trying to work on the legs of JC Wolf. One of the things I do at the gym is I hit the heavy bag with both punches and kicks. So, having the ability to defend myself. Look at that. JC Wolf falling to the corner. Oh, damn, face wash. And now look at this. Oh, good counter by JC Wolf. Damn, nice combination of strikes there by JC Wolf, whether it's the X-rated one or one who proclaims to be the past, present, and future of virtual wrestling, or who was at one point part of BK4, and now the Playmaker with a float over DDT. And now the Charger suplex connects. And now, wait, what's this? Oh my God, look at this. Oh, Padre Popper. Cover now. 1, 2. As we go through the highlights of this one. Let me look up a lot of people have told me different what kind of look like this and that. Yep. Pop that ass. So when you say Camille, gotcha. Okay. Camille with a K. American professional wrestler. Oh. Okay, well, let's start wrapping things up because hour and a half mark is already, it's almost, it's already 12:30 a.m. So let's wrap things up. I want to thank everyone for tuning in. So if you like what you see, give it a like, a comment, subscribe, and also share with your friends throughout all the social platforms. And with all that being said, this has been your homeboy XtremeTony. Gracias everyone for watching. Y como siempre, I bid you guys adios, and we'll see you guys next time. And this weekend, I'm going to have another episode of Southern California CAW. So, good night, and have fun.